I'm going to start, let's start a little bit earlier and see if we can kick off. We are in Amsterdam here at Schiphol International, and this is an Orbix airport, Orbix, and I must say they make some. Now, here's the one thing that I learned about Orbix airports. I have quite a few, but I would purchase one and then I would load it and then I would not unload the other one and I would continue to do this. And I'm telling you, you can like eat up your resources and you can really like tax your stuff, your system. I don't care how fast your system is. So what I chose to do from here forward is whenever I want to fly in a certain area, I'll load that airport. Yeah, does it take a few extra minutes to set it up? Yes, it does, but well worth it. I mean, look at that. Look at this, and the detail that you see on these airports is pretty amazing. Can't say enough for them. So we're going to be taking off out of here, going to Rome today, taking a flight to Rome. And so let's get going here. First things first, we're going to go to ground services and ask for a GPU. Let cargo get loaded. Take the engine covers off. Weight and balance, we're going to request our company load sheet. EHAM LRF payloads 9,760 pounds, block fuel, and we're going to load that. It looks like we have, we don't have a super full aircraft here, so that's 10, let's see, 10, 20, 36, about 36 adults, 4 children, and length of this flight, I bet you these tickets were expensive. And this is really a comfortable plane. This isn't like the cream of the crop plane, but it's nice. All right, so we've got that loaded. We're going to go ahead and have the jetway pulled back. Well done there, guys. Looks good. On the overhead, batteries are coming up.
All unit okay.
And we're on our GPU right now. Avionics are coming up. Emergency light is armed. Fuel pumps are already on. Nav light and inspection light is on. No smoking, fasten seatbelts, dome, logo. Yeah, I know, it's annoying. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and start the APU. So I'm going to put that to this, and you notice here it's flashing. As soon as it goes solid, I'm going to kick it. And so GPU is coming up. We're going to go over here and set the X bleed to open. Sterile cockpit lights on, by the way. And we're going to put the APU bleed. Let me just wait a minute here. Hold on, we'll get there. Right, 100%. Temp on the APU we're watching just to stabilize, and we're going to turn that on. Now we're going to hit the packs there, and now the bleed is open, and everything's set there for now. We're not turning on the electric pumps, they're hydraulic pumps. Okay. We're going to turn the yoke off for a minute there. Let's bring our FMS over here. Position, load, GPS 1, and so we've reloaded there. We're going to look for our flight plan. EHAM to LIRF 01, that's us. Activate. Our departure is, pull that up here. We're going to be departing on 09. Rend 2 and Edupu. Rend 2. I have something else I can look at there. Activate. I just thought there was something else. Hold on. Maybe not. But let's go to landing, and we're coming to. Hold on. Nav. Arrival. We're coming in on 16 left. We will have a ILS, we'll say W approach here. I think that's going to be correct. Route and right. Route right. Right is going to be right B, 4B. That's not what it says. It says just says right B. It's got to be this. Okay, right 4B. And I'm going to activate that. Performance numbers will be initial cruise altitude, will be 350. Fuel existing, we're going to load that. Okay. Enabled 190 at APLEC. It's okay. We'll work through that. I don't care. Okay. For takeoff numbers, takeoff performance. Runway winds are 068 at 7. Temp is 27. QNH is 1031. Those numbers are loaded. Store. Go. Now for discontinuity inspection. Let's check and see what we got here. Numbers look good. Addison, get our IFR clearance.
I'll get our IFR clearance from clearance. Schiphol clearance, KLM1607, requesting our IFR clearance. We have echo.
Give me 1 second for that clearance.
KLM1607, cleared to Lurf via the Rendy 2 November departure runway 9er. Initial climb to flight level 060. Departure on 118.08, squawk 7715.
Cleared to Lurf via the Rendy 2 November departure, runway 9er. Initial climb to flight level 060. Departure on 118.08, squawk 7715, KLM1607.
KLM1607, read back correct. Contact ground on 121.56.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go. Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
Addison, we're ready for our pushback and start clearance.
I'll contact ground for pushback and start clearance.
Good evening and welcome aboard KLM Royal Dutch Airlines Flight 1607 with service from Amsterdam to Rome. My name is Astrid Hansen, and along with my colleagues, we are here to ensure your comfort and safety. Please find your seat according to your boarding pass and kindly stow your hand luggage either in the overhead bins or under the seat in front of you.
Start approved.
Should you need any assistance, do not hesitate to ask any member of our friendly crew. We look forward to providing you with efficient boarding, coffee and gizeli. Thank you for choosing KLM.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Push and start approved. Facing northeast, KLM1607.
EV2 Mike X-ray. Contact tower on 118.
Winching strap and adapter in position. Release parking brake when ready to start pushback. Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Flight attendants, prepare your doors for departure, please. Cross-check and all call. Once again, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome on board your Delta flight. So in just a moment, we'll be showing you a brief presentation on the safety features of this aircraft. We kindly ask
Cabin
that you please
attendants,
direct your
arm
attention
doors
to
and
the video monitors
cross-check.
and flight
Welcome
attendants in
aboard
the aisle,
KLM
even
Royal
if you are a
Dutch
frequent
Airlines
flyer.
Flight
Thank you so much.
1607. We are flying to Rome with an estimated flight time of 2 hours. Please pay close attention to the safety demonstration. Important even for frequent
Welcome
flyers.
aboard, and thank
Fasten
you
your
for
seatbelt by
choosing
inserting the
Delta
metal into
for
the
100
buckle.
years
Tighten
and
by pulling
counting.
the strap and release by lifting the buckle. Keep your seatbelt fastened when the sign is on.
The health and safety
Return
of
your
our customers and
seatbacks
crew
tray tables
is our
to
number one
upright and open
priority
window
and a
blinds
shared
for takeoff and
responsibility
landing.
of everyone on
Set
board.
mobile phones and
So,
devices
before
to
we
flight
depart,
mode.
please pay attention
Laptops
to this
must be
important
stowed
message.
during takeoff and
Stow
landing.
all carry-on items
Smoking
in an
and
overhead bin
e-cigarettes are
and
prohibited
place smaller
throughout the
items
aircraft.
completely under the seat in
Oxygen
front of you.
masks drop automatically if needed. Pull mask firmly.
Larger
Place
electronic
over nose and
devices
mouth.
must be placed in a bag. Handheld
secure your
portable
home
electronic
before assisting
devices,
others.
including mobile phones, should
Life
also be
vests are
secured.
under your seat or between seats.
Keep the aisles, exits, and bulkhead areas clear. If you lose an electronic device in your seat, please do not adjust your seat and ask a crew member for help.
There are 4 exits on this ERJ145.
As we leave the gate, fasten your seatbelt by inserting the metal tip into the buckle and adjusting the strap so it's low and tight across your lap. To release, lift the top of the buckle. If your seat has a shoulder harness, attach the metal tip to the fitting on the belt. To release, push the metal tip down. Stay seated with your seatbelt fastened when the seatbelt sign is on, and keep it fastened whenever you're seated in case of sudden rough air. In the event of rough air, the crew might also need to buckle up for safety. We appreciate your understanding if our service is interrupted.
Federal regulations require all passengers to comply with all crew members' instructions, along with the posted placards and lighted information signs throughout the cabin. Smoking, vaping, the use of e-cigarettes or any smokeless product, including chewing tobacco, is not allowed on any Delta flight. Federal law prohibits tampering with, disabling, or destroying restroom smoke detectors.
There are 8 exits on this plane, 8 doors, 4 on each side. Each door has a detachable slide that can be used as a raft. In the event of an evacuation, leave all bags behind. Carry-in baggage will slow the evacuation. All exits are clearly marked with the green exit symbol. Locate the nearest exits and remember, they might be behind you. If we lose power, lights will illuminate the aisles to guide you to an exit.
Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time and have a
It's
good
unlikely, but if cabin pressure changes, oxygen masks will drop from the panels above your seat and inside the lavatories. Reach up and pull a mask or streamer down to start the flow of oxygen. Remove any face covering and place the mask over your nose and mouth. Slip the elastic strap over your head and adjust the mask if necessary. Breathe normally and note that oxygen is flowing, so don't worry if the bag doesn't inflate. Be sure to adjust your own mask before helping others.
A water evacuation is also unlikely, but just in case, life vests are in a compartment beneath or adjacent to your seat. To use, remove the vest from its container by pulling on the tab and then opening the pouch. Slip the vest over your head, wrap the strap around your waist, attach it to the buckle in front, and adjust securely around your waist. As you leave the plane, inflate the vest by pulling down on the red tab at the bottom, or manually inflate it by blowing into the tube at shoulder level. A water-activated light is attached to each vest. For children under 35 pounds, place the vest around their waist and secure the strap between the legs. See your safety card for more information. Additional life vests for in-lab children are in marked compartments at the front and rear of the plane. We'll distribute these vests if necessary.
Before takeoff, bring your seat to its upright position and stow your tray table, footrest, and leg rest. Be sure you fastened your seatbelt low and tight across your lap, carry-on items secured, and armrests are at resting position, or as otherwise indicated on the placard in front of you. If you have a suite door, ensure it's open. See placard instructions inside the suite door for opening instructions in case of emergency. Finally, take a moment to review the safety information card in your seat pocket.
As we finish our safety check, please let us know if you have any questions.
As we take off into the future, sit back and relax. And from all of our crew, thank you for flying with Delta, today and for the next 100 years.
Addison, we're ready for our taxi clearance.
I'll contact ground for taxi clearance. Schiphol ground, KLM 1607, ready to taxi. We have Echo.
KLM 1607, runway 09er taxi via Alpha 13, Bravo, November 5.
Runway 09er, Alpha 13, Bravo, November 5, KLM 1607.
There's a nice easy jet there, a TUI. United has a presence here. What else we got over there? KLM, by the way, I don't have a KLM livery for my E145. There's China Airlines, but I need one, and I don't have one. So I'm just having I have the Delta livery, which looks kind of out of place in the middle of Amsterdam. Okay, I get it. All right. Flap setting, or is that 9? The takeoff spoilers are configured. We're in takeoff configuration. Oh, looks like we got quite a few planes going out. Are they behind us? No, they're going in.
KLM 1607.
Schiphol Tower, KLM 1607. Good evening, holding short 9er, ready for departure.
KLM 1607, Schiphol Tower, runway 9er, wind 070 at 7. RNAV Alpha Mike 055, cleared for takeoff.
Do the takeoff briefing.
We're departing from runway 9er, flying the Rendy 2 November departure with an initial climb, flight level 060. Transition altitude is 3500. After takeoff, we'll follow the SID profile with a left turn to heading 270, intercepting Alpha Mike 055, climbing to flight level 240. Weather at departure shows no significant issues. In case of an engine failure below 400, we'll continue straight ahead and follow ATC instructions. Above 400, we'll follow the engine out SID procedure, climbing to 3000 before turning back. For any abnormalities or emergencies before V1, we'll reject the takeoff and apply maximum braking. After V1, we'll continue the takeoff, handle the emergency, and communicate with ATC. We've been cleared as filed. Squawk code is 7715, and departure frequency will be 118.08. We're configured for takeoff with flaps 5. I think we're ready to go, Captain.
Agreed. Let's go. We are already configured. Flaps are at 9. Takeoff configuration.
RNAV AM 055.
Spoilers are set.
KLM 1607.
Approaching runway 9.
Okay. $80 knots. Looks good. Rotating. Positive rate of climb. Gear up. Autopilot. Flight level change. Laps retracted.
KLM 1607, contact Schiphol departure on 118.08.
Switching to Schiphol departure on 118.08. KLM 1607. Schiphol departure, KLM 1607. Good evening, climbing through 1000. KLM 1607, Schiphol departure, radar contact.
Why am I not climbing? Okay, it is climbing now. I don't know. There was a pause there for a minute, but it's back at it. We're on autopilot, FMS settings, and flight level change 6,000 initially. That looks really good. Talking about the
KLM 1607, climb and maintain flight level 210. Climb and maintain flight level 210. KLM 1607.
210. Flaps are retracted. We're in climb configuration. And we're cleared to climb to 210, and landing lights are still on until 10,000. Heading bug. Good gracious, the detail, that looks really good. Okay, so this is the Orbix, has to do with the Orbix airport settings for this. This is why it looks so good. No, I don't leave all the airports loaded all the time, but since I was flying out of Amsterdam, I loaded it. I run the XP organizer after I get everything loaded, let it tell me if there's any anomalies in my settings and corrects them, and then you roll with it. Just go. So it looks good. I am going to use time compression once we get up to flight level. I'm not going to go the full length of the flight. Like I'm not. I just
Ladies and gentlemen, as we climb to our cruising altitude, we'd like to extend a special thank you to each of you, and a welcome back to our SkyMile members and Million Milers. Your business and loyalty are greatly appreciated by the entire Delta family. For your safety, it's important to remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened anytime the seatbelt sign is on. Even if the sign is off,
Dear
keep your
guests,
seatbelt fastened
you may
in
now
case you're
use approved
experiencing
electronic
unexpected
devices
rough
in flight
air.
mode. Our cabin service
We ask
will
that you
begin
also
shortly.
please remember to use
Thank you for
caution
flying with
if opening
KLM
the
Royal
overhead
Dutch
bins
Airlines.
to prevent injury from articles that may have shifted during takeoff. We've now reached an altitude where it's safe to use approved electronic devices, and a listing of these devices can be found in Sky Magazine in the seat pocket in front of you. On today's flight in the economy cabin, it'll be our pleasure to offer you complimentary Coca-Cola products, Starbucks coffee, water, juices, a variety of complimentary snacks, as well as a selection of our fresh eats items and all-day goodies. Beer, wine, and spirits are available complimentary for our first class and Delta Comfort Plus passengers, as well as available for purchase for the main cabin. A complete listing of available beverages, as well as of our fresh eats items, can be found in the menus in your seat pocket. Please be reminded that Delta accepts only major credit or debit cards for onboard purchases of beverages and snacks. However, you can use your Delta SkyMiles American Express card to save 50% and earn double miles on all Delta purchases. For your enjoyment, each seat is equipped with your own personal entertainment system. On it, you can view a selection of complimentary as well as on-demand TV shows, movies, and music. You will find that this screen will work best with just a light tap of your fingertip. Feel free to use your own headsets. Otherwise, if you do need a headset, just let a flight attendant know they are yours complimentary for this and any future Delta flights.
All right, we're climbing to flight level.
Direct Lunix, then as filed, please. Direct Lunix, then as filed. KLM 1607.
What did she say? What did she mean? Direct Lunix. Okay.
KLM 1607. Climb flight level 310. Climbing flight level 310. KLM 1607.
That was me that messed up. I didn't have nav. I had nav was not clicked there, so we were kind of drifting. I am going to move to Edupo. Go direct to Edupo because Linux would actually be further. So instead of going by way of Linux, we're going to go straight to Edupo. We're already on standard altimeter setting. And we're 681 miles from our destination.
KLM 1607. Good evening. Flight level 170 for flight level 310.
KLM 1607, Amsterdam radar identified. Good evening. 607, climb flight level 350.
Climbing flight level 350, KLM 1607.
Yeah, we're already good. I put a flight level. I just knocked it back up to 350 because they were going to keep step climbing me up. So I went ahead, just entered it. So once we get to Rome, we will be picking up either a Airbus A330 or a 777 and flying it to Boston. To set up for that flight once we get to Rome, I will go back and uninstall the Amsterdam airport, and I do that because if I'm not going to be going back to that airport, then it uses less resources if I just go ahead and unload it. And Orbix has a great interface to load and unload airports. Really like it. Let's see if I'll pull it up while we're here. So here's the interface for it. And you see here, I've got this one loaded right now. So it's installed. And then to uninstall it or to take it off, all I have to do is hit uninstall. It will remove it, and then I go back in to my XP organizer. It makes sure that the INI file is cleaned up, everything's like it should be, and then you just keep going. That's it. So it's not complicated, and it sounds like it's a pain, but if it makes your experiences more pleasurable, why not do it? What I'm trying to figure out right now is the landscape looks really good here, like amazing good, and I'm trying to figure out if that's sim heaven that's making it look so good, or if that's from the Amsterdam. I think that might be sim heaven, but Amsterdam and the surrounding areas, they do a really good job kind of creating the atmosphere, creating the experience, the scenery. Yeah.
KLM 1607, contact Langen radar on 128.555.
Switching to Langen radar on 128.555. KLM 1607. Langen radar, KLM 1607. Good evening. Flight level 260 for flight level 350.
KLM 1607, Langen radar identified. Good evening.
Good evening. That's how it sounds when you go to the Transylvania airport. Good evening. Okay. All right, looks good. We're We're on course. On our way to the boot. The boot. We're close to the boot. LIRF has a really neat custom scenery edition that you can add, and I didn't do it because I'm just trying to take it one thing at a time. I didn't want to overload it, but I still think it will look good just like it is. I'm using the airport enhancement package, everything, so it should still look good. We're closing in on 300, 5,000 feet to go. ERJ145 by X-Craft, well done. Looks really good. The Legacy 650 is really good. There's a couple of quirky things. I'm going to go back and do a flight with it because it looks identical to what I'm looking at here. But it's just a hair smaller in size. Maybe it's more like the 135, but the way it's configured, it's really nice. We're turning the weather on. I didn't have the weather radar on. All right, while we're here, I'm going to go ahead and enter frequency information for arrival. It could change depending on if we get a change, but 16 left. Localizer is 108.1. Okay. Final course heading is 159. Capture is at about 2500. Missed approach is climb on 159, heading reach, let's see, to 2000, then turn right onto heading 185. Okay. Okay. heading bug. Already had a brain fart there. I hit heading. I was hitting heading bug and I hit heading, and it's correcting itself. We're good. We have a headwind. No, we have a tailwind of 5 knots. It's kind of messing with us a little bit, but it's okay. Cruise.
Dear guests, we have now reached our cruising altitude. The cabin crew will begin the snack and beverage service shortly, featuring our signature KLM coffee served with a friendly Dutch manner by our efficient crew. After the service, selected items from the KLM shop will be available for you to browse. Thank you for flying with KLM Royal Dutch Airlines. Captain Good, would you and the first officer like anything to drink or a small snack?
KLM1607, contact Langen radar on 125.68.
Langen radar, KLM1607. Good evening at flight level 350.
KLM1607, Langen radar identified. Guten Abend.
Swiss radar on 133.05, KLM 1607. Swiss radar, KLM 1607. Good evening, maintaining flight level 350.
KLM 1607, Swiss radar, good evening. KLM 1607, contact Vienna radar on 118.56.
Contacting Vienna radar on 118.56, KLM 1607. Vienna radar, KLM 1607. Good evening, with you flight level 350.
KLM 1607, Vienna radar identified. Good evening. KLM 1607.
Milan radar, KLM 1607. Good evening at flight level 350.
KLM 1607, Milan radar identified. Good evening.
All right, we're 63 miles from top of descent. And looks like our initial descent will be to 15,000. So we're ready to roll. Okay. Addison, brief our descent and approach.
We'll be arriving at Rome, Fiumicino, Leonardo da Vinci International Airport on runway 16 left using the ILS approach. Transition level is 70 feet. After the star, we'll intercept the ILS to runway 16 left. Weather at arrival shows winds 280 at 10 knots. Cav okay, no significant weather expected. In the event of a missed approach, we'll follow the published missed approach procedure. Squawk code remains 7715 and approach frequency will be 125.5. We'll configure for landing with flaps 30. Final approach speed will be 135 knots. Once on the ground, we'll be taxiing to apron 300 gate 315. I think we're ready for the arrival, Captain.
Millie, I see a lot of orange, yellow, and red on my weather radar, and trying to make heads or tails because it looks like things are fairly clear at our arrival.
The weather radar shows precipitation intensity, with orange and red indicating heavier rain or turbulence, while yellow is moderate. At your arrival, the weather might be clearer due to distance or radar limitations. Always cross-check with AIDIS and onboard weather data. For example, you might say, Rome approach KLM 1607 with information pop-up, request weather update. Keep up the great situational awareness.
Well, thank you. Heading both. Okay. All right. We have a crosswind of 41 knots right now. No tail or head. Addison, get our clearance to descend on the right for Alpha arrival.
I'll request clearance for the right before Alpha arrival into Rome Fiumicino. Milan radar, KLM 1607. KLM 1607 requesting descent clearance on the right before Alpha arrival into Rome Fiumicino.
KLM 1607, when you're ready, descend flight level 250.
Descending flight level 250 when ready. KLM 1607.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have left our cruising altitude and have begun our approach to Rome. Please return to your seats, stow your tray tables, fasten your seat belts, and note that the lavatories are now closed for use. Thank you for your attention.
1607. Expect the ILS Whiskey runway 16 left approach into fuel mist and confirm you have information, Papa.
Expecting the ILS Whiskey runway 16 left approach into Fiume, KLM 1607.
KLM 1607, contact Milan Center on 121.14.
Contacting Milan Center on 121.14, KLM 1607. Milan Center, KLM 1607. Good evening. Flight level 270 for flight level 250.
KLM 1607, Milan Center identified. Good evening. M1607, contact Rome radar on 133.13.
Switching to Rome radar on 133.13, KLM 1607. Rome radar, KLM 1607. Good evening, descending flight level 230.
KLM 1607, Rome radar identified. Good evening.
Or above flight level 180, KLM 1607. Rome Center on 123.225, KLM 1607. Rome Center, KLM 1607. Good evening, flight level 190 for flight level 180. Rome Center, KLM 1607. Good evening, descending flight level 190 for flight level 180.
KLM 1607, Rome Center identified. Good to see you.
goes up and does exactly what Cheeto does. He'll have to get up the same way, has to walk in the same places. He's not correct. Not to the level he does now. No, he never did that way. All right. Sorry. We are. All right. All right, we're at 5,250 knots, 75 miles outside of Rome. We'll be coming into LIRF on runway 0. I'll make sure it's on runway 16 left. We're on the right for Bravo, or right B for Alpha approach. We'll be coming on ILS and so far uneventful. We're going to be at 15,000 for about another 18 miles.
Contact Rome radar on 133.13.
Switching to Rome radar on 133.13, KLM 1607.
I am following our approach in. Next will be Iplek at 11,000.
Rome radar, KLM 1607. Good evening at flight level 150.
KLM 1607, Roma radar identified. Good evening.
Knots.
KLM 1607, contact Rome approach on 125.5.
Contacting Rome, approach on 125.5, KLM 1607. Rome approach, KLM 1607. Good evening at flight level 150.
KLM 1607, Rome approach identified. Good evening.
What I'm trying to do here is follow the flight plan as close as I can. So right now we're at 15,000, 7 miles to right B, and then we're going to I'm going to use flight level change to go to 1,000. So So we're at a 15,000 at or above right now. Trying to be good soldiers. Okay, here we go. Slight level change. Idle thrust. And I'm not sure what just happened there. See, is it what are you doing? You're going to 248 hit flag, go pull. Kind of at a loss right now. Let me see. I can figure this one out. I'm going to bring it back in. I'm going to go to RF.
KLM1607, descend altitude 4,000 feet, turn left heading 165, vectors for the ILS runway 16 left approach, QNH1025.
Descending to 4,000 feet, turning left heading 165, vectors for ILS runway 16 left approach, QNH1025, KLM1607.
I think I've got some wrong approach settings. This is doing fine. It is this approach. Let me see if I got wrong. Honestly, I'm not sure, but I can. We'll figure it out, but I'm not sure exactly. 446, 447. Do I have 446 on my list of waypoints? 426, 428. Herbs. I see herbs. I see 428. I wonder if I'm going to use that. Let's see. 427, 424. How about 424?
Autopilot. Autopilot.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now beginning our final approach into Rome. Please ensure all electronic devices are turned off and stowed away until we have arrived at the gate. Kindly put your tray tables away, return your seats to the full upright position, and make sure your seatbelt is securely fastened. Our assigned gate is apron 300, gate 315. The weather in Rome is clear and warm, with a temperature of 25 degrees Celsius. Cabin crew, please check that all passengers are seated and have their seatbelts fastened. Thank you for your attention.
All right.
KLM 1607, 29er miles from flight level 16L, turn right heading 170, descend altitude 2,500 until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 16 left approach.
Right heading 170, descend to 2,500 feet until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 16 left approach, KLM 1607.
All right, we are at 2,500. About where we should be right now. Actually, we're a little early, but that's what it told us to go down to at Oxaroo, 2,500. We're at 22, flaps 22 right now. Need to pick it up a little bit.
Glide slope.
Stop. There's something I don't have set right for approach. When I hit nav, if I try to take it to nav, but evidently I don't need to. Okay, so evidently there's something I'm not doing right. Okay. We've got the correct information entered for approach. I'm at 2,500, but let me see if our glide scope's going to start cooperating. It's something I'm doing. If it's not working, it's something I'm doing. But we will see. Okay, so right now approach is active. Not nav is set for approach. I've got so right now, look, everything should be set. Everything's lined up, just about perfect. I am very close. So if I hit nav now, should that be what I do? Millie, do I have to hit nav? Well, once I hit approach, my frequency is correct. Do I have to hit nav to start the process?
For the ERJ145, once you tune the ILS frequency and have the localizer and glide slope alive, the autopilot should automatically arm the approach mode without needing to hit nav manually. Just make sure your course is set correctly. For example, you might say, Rome approach KLM 1607, established on ILS 34 right, request vectors for final. Keep it smooth and confident.
108.10. Oh, we are GPS. It says LNAV. GPS. We're on 108.10, correct?
KLM 1607, contact Fume Tower on 127.625.
Hume Tower, KLM 1607. Good evening. Established on the ILS runway 34 right approach.
I'm seeing.
KLM 1607, Fume Tower, roger, continue approach.
All right, it's coming in. I think it is coming in.
Gator 220 Golf, Fume Tower, runway 34 left, winds 270 at 8, cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, Gator 220 Golf.
All right, I'm in good shape. Maybe it's just me. If I'd be patient with the ILS, maybe, because I'm still 7 miles out. Everything looks good.
Gator 220 Golf, contact Rome departure on 130.9er.
Thank you,
I'm at 22 flaps. Looks good, lined up. 720 feet. It's 5.5 miles out.
Approaching runway 16 left. Caution! Caution!
$350 feet.
Approaching minimum. Approaching minimums. $100. 50. 40.
30. $20. 10.
Are we going around? It's not good. That was ugly, like kind of ugly. So we're gonna go back and we're gonna redo it.
KLM 1607, continue approach.
Let's look at our flight plan. Bring my speed back. We're gonna go back to flaps 9. Going back to exam to reapproach. We're going to remain at 2500. And we need to get on the ground because, you know, the weather looks okay right now, but I got a feeling some changes are happening. We need to get on the ground. We have some rain coming. Those windmills are like wind things. No, those are just things for the airport. Okay. All right, so where we're going once again, we're going back up. We're in the north. We're heading north now at a course of 360. We'll make a left. 270 and link up with Exama waypoint, come back for reapproach. We're currently at about 214 knots. Feels good. Feels we're right where we're supposed to be.
Auto.
One hundred. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
KLM 1607, contact ground on 122.125.
Switching to ground on 122.125, KLM 1607.
Please remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened until the captain has parked the
KLM
aircraft at the gate
1607.
and turned off the seatbelt
Good
sign.
evening. Cleared of runway.
This will be your one
ready
and
to
only
taxi to the
indication
gate.
that it's safe for you to get up and move about the cabin. Please be reminded to use caution when opening the overhead bins to prevent injury from articles that may have
KLM
shifted during landing.
1607, Fiume ground.
You may now
Taxi
use
to
your mobile
apron,
phones
300,
and other handheld
gate
electronic
315
devices while we
via
taxi to
Delta
the
Kilo,
gate.
Delta,
However, your
Echo
laptop
Golf,
computers and
November
larger
Echo.
electronics must
Good
remain
day.
stowed. We invite you to visit delta.com for all your future travel needs, including checking in for a flight and managing your SkyMiles account. If any of you should have questions regarding ground transportation, baggage
Apron
claim,
300 gate 315 via
or
Delta
any other
Kilo,
information, a Uniform Delta
Echo
agent
Golf,
meeting this
November
flight will be
Echo,
more than happy to answer any
KLM
questions you may have.
1607.
On behalf of Delta
KLM
Sky Team, our global
1607,
partners,
taxi
and
to
flight
apron
crew,
300, gate
we'd like to thank you all
315
for
via
flying with
Delta,
us.
Echo Golf,
We've enjoyed
November
having you on
Echo,
board
progressive
and look
taxi
forward to
path
the opportunity
activated.
to serve you
Good
once again.
day.
Thank you so much. Have a
Apron
wonderful evening.
300 gate 315 via Delta,
Flight
Echo
attendants,
Golf,
prepare doors
November
for arrival,
Echo,
please. Cross-check and on-call.
KLM 1607.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Rome. Did you know that the Colosseum here could hold up to 80,000 spectators in ancient times? Please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until we have reached the final parking position at the gate. On behalf of your flight crew, thank you for flying with KLM Royal Dutch Airlines. The local time here in Rome is 8:53 p.m.
KLM 1607, cross runway 25.
Cross runway 25, KLM 1607.
Approaching runway 25. Approaching runway 25.
Right. So this airport's not a custom airport. It is the regular LIRF airport. So whatever you're seeing here, it's not. I mean, it's just if you straight out of the airport enhancement package probably has helped it, but sure, but looks good. All right, let's watch and then we're done.
ALM1607. Good evening, descending 500.
Collect 1607, descend at your discretion.
ALM1607.
All right.